Kimono, she better don't. We're in Tokyo. It's part 2. Tune in.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Yes, welcome. It is Sunday. Welcome to the AfterBuzz Clubhouse. I'm your host, Hollywood Lian. It is the Real Housewives of Atlanta after show, and I'm here with my girls.
I'm your host, Miss Conversation Piece.
What up, guys? It's Drew Jones.
What's up, party people? It's Erica Edwards.
And it's Drew Jones's birthday. Woo!
Go, Shady! It's your birthday.
What up?
Take your clothes off. Take your clothes off.
We did that yesterday, Lian. You know this.
Wait,
Yes.
I missed the party.
That's your fault.
We didn't invite Conversation Piece.
They didn't invite me, but I was
That's
busy.
not true.
I was busy. Sorry, but we're going to turn up today.
Yes, we have a lot to talk about. We have a fabulous news and gossip section for you guys. We have some tea on NeNe. This entire episode is going to be about NeNe. We have a Kandi redemption story. You're going to want to stay tuned until the very end. Let's kick it off. I'm Hollywood Lian. Make sure to be tweeting me if you want to be featured in our tweet section. So make sure we have some tweets to pull up, guys. We're going to open up with Portia getting flowers. We're still in Tokyo.
Oh, it seems
And
like
Kandi,
forever.
I know. Kandi was the first one to dive into the food.
Honestly.
That's my mood. Candy's hunger, yes.
Yes, we're having a bachelorette party for Eva. This is kind of the purpose of the whole trip. I feel like we kind of got lost in what we were doing and we kind of got railed back. This is the whole point of the trip.
But why did Tanya get the
reins to do everything?
Right, and it was so boring.
It was kind of boring. I'm gonna agree with that. Stripper and all. NeNe, of course, comes in with the negativity. The pickle game. Let's get into it, guys. What do we think about this episode?
It was so nasty. The pickle game was funny, though. I was cracking up the whole time. But this whole episode, not only was Tanya's party boring, but this whole episode was boring.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't one of my.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't one of my favorite episodes for sure. But there was a lot of stuff that I was like, okay, it's about time that this happened.
No, I loved it.
I like this episode a lot. I do feel like the bachelorette party was whack as far as bachelorette parties go.
Yeah.
Luckily, she already celebrated in Miami with her real friends.
Yeah.
So that was whack. But I just think we saw some real moments with NeNe, and I kind of really appreciated that. So that part I did like on the show.
Well, I mean, you got to have a good stripper. If you're going to hire a stripper, I want a good one. And he was cute. He had a nice little booty.
No,
He had a nice little abs.
He had a nice body. He was lazy. If your stripper sits down to you next to you on the couch,
No, he didn't even go over to the other couch.
Honestly, he just sat down whoa, okay, but I'm just gonna put my arm around you and talk to you. Who does that? No lap dance, nothing. That
would be me as a stripper. I was like, oh, I could do that.
Exactly. When you're a stripper, you have to work hard. And you have to be able to swing your thing in
helicopter.
To be a
helicopter
stripper,
style, yeah.
you got to be focused, and you got to do your dance and make conversations. So you got to be like, so you're from around here?
Okay, even if you can't speak English,
Is that your brother?
You should be able to pick the girl up. It's a lot of stuff black strippers do. I'm just gonna say
My
that right
favorite
now.
is this one. Y'all from out of town?
Wait, first of all, you're supposed to have some whipped cream. You're supposed to have some tools. You're supposed to have
Listen, but we're
some
not.
props.
Listen, first of all, we're nasty here, okay? This is a nasty country. Not everyone else getting freak nasty like we are.
I know, Japan is very conservative.
I feel
I'm
like-
sure they were dying.
Yeah, I feel like that was risque.
Well, let's just say, though, the freakness has been coming out. And you know who the freak is of the freaking Real Housewives of Atlanta? Kandi!
Right.
The freak came out. The bisexual came out. A lot of bisexuality happening in not just this episode, but the forthcoming episodes. I see a lot of bisexuality coming.
Right.
Stay tuned because we are going to be watching the mid-season trailer for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we're going to be reacting to it authentically.
I already know it's going to be some mess.
We're going to be showing you guys our true feelings because, you know what? Just when you thought it was kind of dwindling down, they slap us with this trailer. Guys, it's going to be so good. Let's move on. They go to the club.
The club.
The club. One Oak in Japan. Shamari is humping everyone like a little chihuahua. She's another one that we have to really look forward to. I really feel like Shamari is a perfect fit. This is a really good addition to the cast. I really feel strongly about her now.
This episode, I feel like, made me. It kind of solidified how I felt about certain housewives. Like this episode turned Kandi around for me. This episode I was like, Shamari, I want you on this. And this episode also kind of made me feel like, Tanya, I'm not really sold on you.
Tanya, you need to be a friend of the show, boo. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
She can't hang. She can't hang.
You guys, we have to talk about the obvious housewife too. Eva is not a good fit.
I was about to say Shamari
Who
either.
leaves in the middle of someone breaking down? Granted, she didn't want to talk, but you could have been like, all right, you got the shot. I read the letter. Get out. I need to have some time with her.
I think
I don't know. We're going to really get to it. But hold on. I want to talk about this club outing because Marlo comes home at 4 o'clock in the morning with no cameras around except a producer, cell phone camera. What do we think about this? Hot mess.
She definitely was a hot mess. When you're drunk like that, it's just not classy or sexy at all. And I don't think the production should have put her out there like that.
Go ahead.
That was embarrassing.
I'm sorry. Because I'm on my birthday BS right now, so I'm going to break it down. First of all, when you're celebrating something...
What was she celebrating?
Worst
a
behavior.
bachelorette party. When you're celebrating somebody, I don't feel like... You turn up. You're not supposed to be classy or something. You're not worried about
Well, you know what? Okay, let me take that back. It's not even about her getting too drunk. It's about them putting it out there like that. Because I hate those friends that when you fall asleep, they record you.
My issue is not with her or the producer. My issue is with the hotel people acting like they didn't know who her black butt was.
Okay.
I have a problem with that. That was a hidden racism. I'm sorry. I'm like, you knew who she was. Don't act like it's TV producers here. And you're like, let me see your ID. No way.
There's only 7 black women in the entire country of Japan, and they're on a TV show.
Thank you. But he's still like, let me see your ID before I let you in the room.
But that's just procedure. I did work at a hotel.
No, not when you're filming a show.
Not with a TV camera right there.
As someone who works on reality TV, there are so many check marks that we handle that the talent does. Like, that was some BS.
You got to think from his side. If he didn't ask for the ID and it was filmed, then they would have been like, you're not showing your guest security.
I think he was just...
I don't know. I used to work in a hotel. That's what I'm saying. You have to ask.
You know what? He was just following protocol.
Wait, time out. Not everybody has to ask.
Yes, you do. If you have to let someone in your room, you have to ask.
I go to hotels all the time. Certain people don't. I'm just saying they don't.
That's not doing their job then.
Hold on.
They don't.
What are you doing in hotel rooms?
Well, nothing, because they don't let us in. Thus, the problem. We don't get in. Me and Marlo out in the hallway finding ID.
Well, all I know is that everyone's a hot mess, and we're moving on. Because NeNe has broken down. Gregg doesn't want to communicate. And Cynthia is there. She's there for her friend, and I really like this. We go back to the basics. You know, every time I see Cynthia and NeNe going through something tough, I have an automatic flashback in my head of everything that they've gone through. From like the Peter bitch thing to like really coming together as sisters, talking every single day, having the kiki. There's an evolution of a relationship here. And I think it should be celebrated. So when Cynthia and NeNe are back together like that, I like it.
I liked it too, but I don't feel like Cynthia knows how to comfort. Like, it was super awkward.
I don't think none of them know how to comfort. Eva didn't know how to comfort her either. She left in the middle of the scene. It was really strange.
Okay, I will give you that. But I think, at least with Cynthia, because Eva, like you said,
we're on
doesn't
Cynthia
fit.
right now.
But Cynthia, I don't think it's a matter of her not knowing how to comfort. I think we've seen these women grow and like watch them how they've handled situations. We've seen them grow in handling those situations. And I just I love NeNe, so please don't think this is hate or whatever, but I just don't think NeNe grows as a person. I think how she handles situations sometimes can be like very immature.
Yeah.
We saw it during the bachelorette party when she's just like moseying around.
That negativity is so deep. You guys, I'm really, really hot in here.
But no
really
one
hot.
is checking on her. You know, how do you feel if you're going through something so horrible in your life, you feel like you have to be strong, you have to put this face on, and nobody's like, are you
Everyone
okay?
has a breaking point.
That's true. However, I feel that the dynamics of the NeNe and Gregg relationship has always been Gregg is always there for NeNe. And this is the first time NeNe has had to be there for Gregg, because Gregg has always been like, oh, it's all about you, boo, forever.
Yeah,
and I think she's not
really
ready to deal with that, where it's like now it's on her to show him the support.
And we're going to really dive deep into the Gregg and NeNe relationship, because there's a lot of more scenes coming up with that. But make sure to subscribe to 1 or 2 more of our channels, and we're going to shout you out. Make sure to comment live on our live chat, because we're watching, and make sure to tell us we're watching you live, and we've subscribed, and we will shout you out for the ESPN of TV Talk.
Yes.
But here's the thing. Here's what it's really important. Men sword fighting.
Yeah.
They're in Japan. That was amazing. They really put everything into it. The girls came in. They were like, "Oh, what is happening?" The girls come in, and my favorite part was Portia. She said, "I'm finna slay all y'all."
You know what? I didn't think they were going to have like real swords. That was kind of scary to be like, because their room was kind of small. I don't know. Like, they were really like, it was 3 of them fighting, and then I don't know. The wooden swords were a good idea for them, for sure.
Well, we all like a wooden sword, especially when there's 2 men playing swords. Okay, how about like the actual acting and when they were sparring and stuff? Who are we gonna vote best death, like best actress?
Kandi.
Kandi did good.
Kandi took too long. I was
No,
like,
no,
Kandi,
no,
this
actually,
episode,
Shamari.
it's only 45 minutes.
Shamari was my favorite
Shamari was
fight
so intense.
to watch fighting, especially her interview when they the
Oh my
producers
God,
are
her special effects.
The producers
I was like,
are so
I got
annoying.
you, Shamari. Yes, I
And then
loved
she
her.
burped.
Yes,
And then she burped.
I
Yeah,
loved it.
I
I'm
love
telling
her.
you,
Great.
I'm telling
Shamari,
you,
hands down.
I'm standing
love
for
Shamari.
Shamari. And can we just do a little honorable mention? Marlo has a new confessional look.
Yes.
With the roses.
Yes.
Portia does too, and I liked hers.
Yeah.
But Marlo
I loved
still don't have a
Portia's
peach.
turquoise eyeshadow. That was popping.
Yeah, and with
Yeah.
the little feather shirt.
With the
Oh,
feathers and the
oh,
high
I
ponies.
love the white
Yes.
feather confessional look.
That
Yes.
was very,
I
very
totally agree. All right,
delightful.
let's continue. It's not jousting, Portia. You can't have a mask.
Which I think
It's
did she mean?
a samurai sword fight.
But did she mean fencing?
Yes, that's what she meant. Oh my God!
I
So
was
they
like-
got it wrong in the episode again. 'Cause they were like,
right.
this isn't jousting.
Right,
This
it was
isn't jousting
fencing.
either. It's
It was
fencing.
fencing, yeah.
She didn't want to get poked in the eye, that's all. I mean,
Right.
those swords, I don't know, they're pretty sharp.
Oh God, I hate getting poked in the eye, especially when there's no warning. The worst.
It is the worst, and that's what happens when you're around a wooden sword.
And we've already established that Shamari's crazy and we're loving her, so we're gonna move on. NeNe. She gets flowers from Gregg. And honestly, she's speechless, which made me speechless.
Wait, did Gregg really send those, or did they prompt
No.
him
No,
to
I
send
think-
those?
that
think
was
that
full
was
blown.
Gregg.
That was real. That was
No, that
real
letter was
emotion.
sweet.
That letter was Gregg, I think, for
That
sure.
was real. It was authentic. I cried. The montage. It solidified. Just in case y'all forgot, let
Right.
me remind you of this relationship.
But
Right.
do
These
you
people
think?
take these vows very seriously. I love that NeNe is really set on that sort of stuff. When she talks about her marriage and she talks about marriage, she's like, that is my boo. Which comes to the point that at the end of the day, people fight.
Yeah.
People have problems. Sometimes you go on dinners with rich men.
What?
But at the end of the day, there's always a boo. There's always one boo. One man that can make you smile and cry in the drop of a hat. And that's what NeNe said. I thought that was really
Yeah,
important.
that was
Yeah,
really
that was
sweet.
really important. So, do you think that the production, they come in and like, man, NeNe was crying. She's super upset. You need to send her some
You know what?
flowers.
I'm not totally. I don't think it's so far fetched. I think you might be onto something. But I do feel like NeNe said, look, in her own way, you have not been communicating and I've been tripping. Someone's
Yeah.
breathing hard and I can
I
hear
know.
it.
I was like, I was listening to that. I was like, okay.
I think it's Jonathan cameoing. He's cameoing in.
Sorry, his sister got sinus problems.
Maybe it's production. I don't know. I personally think it's Gregg. Just because we've seen this relationship for so many years, and I think that it's very. I don't know. I think Gregg is very self-aware, more so than we've seen in any of the other husbands or most of the wives, to be honest. But I think he's very self-aware, and so.
And he's in alone. He's alone in Atlanta, so he
Right.
probably has time to have
think
perspective.
about it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I don't know. I just really like that he held himself accountable too, because it could have been very easy for him to be like, "I love you," and like blah blah blah, and not have owned up to anything in that letter.
That letter
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
That letter was
legit.
good.
That's how I want to be apologized to from here on out.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Exactly. You can't just be like, I'm sorry you feel that way. Because that's what he said earlier.
Yeah.
I hate that kind of apology.
Yeah, and she
I'm
even said
sorry
it
that
like,
you were
I can't do
offended.
sorry. She said it. So
Yeah,
I feel like
exactly.
he realized he had to bring it. And
Exactly. And he did.
Something like
He
that.
mentioned, like, when you're in pain, I'm in pain. Like, we've been through it all. When he said, let me have your heart so I could touch it again.
I was like, "Are you serious?"
But you know what?
so
It
alone.
sucks. She's not going to be able to take the bouquet home. It's so big.
Oh, honey, that's never a problem.
Yeah. Although I will say this, I do think as far as production goes, I feel like the whole "is it okay if I can read it?" that seemed produced.
Okay.
Yeah, that was totally
Eva,
produced. I was like, Eva, just read it.
I would
you
have
know,
looked at her like, you're going to really...
Right.
You're going to read my letter,
Right.
girl? Get out of here. Okay, here's what I want to say. Like, NeNe looked gorgeous, by the way. Like, I don't know what it is about when people are in the most vulnerable state. I tend to always harp on how beautiful they look.
I know, because I was like, look at the tinge of the pink in her wig. Late to the
I'm like, I just
so
feel like
good.
there's always something beautiful about
Yeah.
letting go.
agree.
Letting go.
Do I need to cry on here? I don't know.
Shout out to Emoji Heap, let go. Hello, I'm a bird. NeNe's back. I like that she kind of like had a cry and was like, I'm done.
Right.
And when that cry came out, that first tear, I was pissed.
Yeah, that was funny.
So you gotta shake it off. Shake it off. NeNe, I love her, and the sisterhood is there. I love that she had such a bad, nasty beginning of the episode that I was just like looking at the TV like, here we go. We're in this state where NeNe is just in this bad place, and it brings everybody to their knees. Like, Tanya was petrified of her. I wouldn't have said anything to NeNe, and she tried to joke around with her. I wouldn't have said nothing to her.
Yeah, because the thing with NeNe, and again, I love NeNe, but she's one of those, when I suffer, we're all gonna suffer. You know, like I'm gonna make my misery known.
Misery loves company. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So like 100%, because she could have sat down and been quiet and moped like the rest of us, but she's
She
like,
did. Tanya was like poking at her like, you need
she
a cocktail.
got up in the middle of that and went and like looked at the food and was silent and like
So shady.
moseyed
Notice
past
she didn't-
Tanya.
Notice she didn't get any of the food.
And she looked at it like in disgust and like walked away, picked up the bottle, went and sat down.
Did you notice that was the same bottle that I got you last night for your birthday?
I don't remember even you giving me a bottle.
Oh my
so
God, I
different.
can't with you. Well, kimono, she better don't. That's where I got that little line from RuPaul, because the girls, they're in Japan, so they want to do the kimonos. They have someone professionally come over and fit them. All the ladies participate except for Marlo and NeNe.
No, and
And
Kandi.
Portia.
And Kandi.
And Kandi. Oh, God. Party pooper. Yes.
Yes.
Well, you know, sometimes it happens. Trips is not going to cancel out your emotions. So we're talking about the highs and lows. And I just knew as soon as she said, I want to go around the table, talk about our highs and lows. I'm like, girl, you want people to cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what's happening. Kandi is doing so good. Thank you, next. Even Portia was like, thank you, next, to the negativity. I don't even want to talk about my low. But Kandi got real. And I loved it.
I loved it as
It was
well.
authentic.
Yeah.
When Kandi cries, you know it's real because she can't even hold that voice break. She's like, the lies. It was good. What do you think about this scene?
She was very open and genuine. I saw it that she wanted to apologize to Portia because she sees how happy Dennis is making her, and you know everything that she was saying about her friend that was messing with him and getting all the tattoos and all that stuff. So it didn't matter, and they have real love, and so she saw it and apologized.
Yeah, I was really proud of Kandi. I think that's it's big to admit when you're wrong. And I think, especially someone like Kandi who has such a yes man type of team with Candy Factory, I think it was really big of her to be like, you know what, I might be wrong about this situation and I'm sorry. And I really like Kandi being so vulnerable and getting emotional, because sometimes I feel like she's very aware that she's around cameras and she almost has this business.
Totally.
But that face, she gives you that like real stank face too, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I feel like she's very precise with how she presents herself on the show because she's such a businesswoman that when we get to kind of see through the cracks and see a vulnerable, real Kandi, I really like that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, I'm not all the way on board with Dennis or whatever, but I think she realizes that if you want your friendship with Portia to even go anywhere, you have to let it go.
Yeah,
and that's the thing.
She really, I think, misses Portia, and now she just wants to be cool because Portia's a fun girl. Like, she has fun, and she's the one who turned up the party. I think
Portia's
bachelorette
fun,
party.
but what I liked about this end part is that she got kind of real too. You know what I mean? And she was like, look, like, just like I want to celebrate like my man like you did with Todd, like it's the same kind of thing.
Right,
And she
exactly.
was like, I get it. Like I'm there with you. It's totally the same thing. And that's why I apologize. And I love that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, to be honest, until she said it, that, you know,
Oh, I totally
People
did.
hate
there
on
was
your man.
that people were hating on Todd. I'd forgotten.
We all hated on Todd.
No, we did, but I'd kind of forgotten about it. But now that I think about it, it was weird that Kandi was so.
Because we all know that Todd was a lemon that became lemonade.
I mean,
Like
can
nasty.
someone tell you about your man though? Like tell you
I
what's
mean,
happening?
You need to have a correct relationship
Yeah,
with me if I'm gonna.
there's-
There are very few people who can tell me about my man because at the end of the day, like, what's your motive? How do you like? How much do you know about me? How much do you know about my man? Like, how much are you in our lives? Because I'm not gonna take it from any bird.
I feel like you can
That's-
tell me, but I'm a grown woman. I can make my own decisions with the information.
And you
Honestly,
gotta
that's
accept
why
it.
I was
Yeah.
kind of thrown off that like NeNe can't give Tanya 1 inch. Like I'm not saying let's all jump on the Tanya bandwagon, but like NeNe is going through something. You guys are saying in the chat, I'm watching you guys. Someone said, a couple people have said actually, we ask NeNe every episode if she's okay. Like she's really going through something.
Right.
So I feel like that is really clouding her judgment. The whole Tanya thing, I understand it's not that big of a deal, and the whole crying thing, we were all kind of annoyed. But the one thing that is like solid is when Tanya was like, you know my man, and none of them don't. You have spent the most time with us, and you can't see how your comment is a little off.
That's why you gotta be careful with who you share your relationships with.
NeNe is just not about it, and she's just in a place where she's not trying to listen to it
But
either.
you gotta also think about when you ask a person on surface level, "Hey, are you okay?" Like we come in and we say, "Hey, how you doing?" But are we really trying to figure out how you're doing? No, we just want you to say, "Yeah, I'm good," and keep on about your day.
And I think part of the issue is that because NeNe brought Tanya into the group, Tanya has a level of expectation in their friendship that is clearly not there
Loyalty?
anymore. Right. She expected NeNe to have her back, and it's a wrap. It's not there.
I
why
mean,
does
it
she expect
happens. That's
it?
what
Because
happens. when
NeNe
you
brought
bring-
her in. That's why she thinks that.
And that's what happens when you bring someone in. We've all seen it on the other franchises.
Yeah.
Like, Dorit was brought in by LVP. So LVP's like, you have a loyalty to me. And when it goes awry, you like see the other person. You're like,
I brought you
Brought
in.
you
Thank
in,
you.
and now-
I got you this paper.
Oh, no.
Wow, thank
But
you,
Tanya,
thank you.
I don't think ever did anything to NeNe. NeNe kind of left Tanya out to dry.
Well,
it
no,
was
I-
just that one comment about the
Tanya
store.
dissed NeNe's business,
That
and
was not
NeNe
a
was
big
like,
diss.
it was big enough to NeNe because
It
that's
was
her
big
bread and
enough-
butter,
it was
and that's
big
how
enough
they
to rock
met.
the boat,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
it was
say,
big enough.
everyone has their things that they get personal, you know, that they feel vulnerable about, whether it's like a big deal to you or not. NeNe's business is important to her,
Yeah.
so if you come for it, she's probably gonna. It's like if you said something about somebody's kid, you know.
We know some.
It could have been something dumb and little to you, but to someone else, it's like. Hey,
And I
don't
mean,
do
if
that.
we're 100, it's not just also that she came for her business. NeNe is clearly intimidated by Tanya at some level because of
Some
her
level.
looks and her money and all the whatever.
There's gotta be some
some sort of
level.
intimidation there.
Yeah.
So she got dissed by her on national TV, and she's intimidated by her. Like, there's
And
no way.
Tanya, you rolling around in LA. I saw you at brunch, like posting today. Can you come into the AfterBuzz studio
Hello. Hi,
and set the
Tanya.
record straight? Let
Thank
us know
you. Thank
your
you.
beef with NeNe. Let us know what's happening. I see you guys in the chat. Cece Freak is saying, by the way, I don't understand why everyone attacks Portia's relationship when we don't get the same energy with Kenya and her husband, and they got married in 6 months. Like, boo, that's why
They did.
That's why she's not on the show, though.
Exactly.
Okay, wait a minute. Where were you last season? Because I talked every single week about that fake. We can't even hear him on the phone.
we've
so no,
been
it's not
talking
fake.
about-
You. I
It's
went
not fake,
hard
though.
on Kenya's
We
husband.
went
hard.
really hard on Kenya.
it's a
and-
robo baby.
Thank
She
you.
made it
Thank
through.
you.
Kenya, I love you. Come back, boo.
And let me just tell you, Kenya is a G because we have to acknowledge the history. The history of not just Real Housewives, but AfterBuzz, because we've been there every step of the way.
Yes, we
and
have.
And just because I haven't been here the whole time doesn't mean I'm not going to acknowledge the past history. Kenya's been in here, and she has sat on that couch. And I remember the host talking about her having an oatmeal cookie face.
Oh yes,
So
she came with
she came in and ate an oatmeal cookie here on the AfterBuzz couch in the studio in front of the host.
Amazing.
That's Batty Batty.
Iconic, honestly.
That's why she deserves her peach always and forever. Come back, boo.
Okay, well,
Phaedra-
I've always seen Phaedra.
Yeah,
Phaedra,
Phaedra-
please come back. Please come back, Phaedra. Please come back.
Let's bring back
They
Kenya.
can both come back, actually.
I'm kidding.
All right, so we're gonna move on. Let's move on to our news and gossip because it's
AfterBuzz TV.
Take it away.
Okay, you
Erica.
guys, for those of you who missed it, we're going to go through the mid-season trailer because that's the news of the moment. Boom,
Oh my
baby.
god, I'm so excited about this, you guys.
Yes.
The trailer is so good. Maybe you guys have seen it, maybe not, but we're gonna react to it and give you the tea.
Yes, we are. So this
Roll
is
the
part
tape.
1, people.
Still to come on this season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Eva finally gets married.
Bridezilla style.
Kandi's performing.
Yes.
This is about to get real funny.
The baby shower is a girl.
Wait, purple? What does that mean?
It's a girl.
You got an engagement ring on? Yeah.
This ring
It's
is
huge.
absurd.
Oh my god,
It's the size of a
big.
quarter, you guys.
I'm going with Eva tonight.
Shamari's bisexuality is coming out.
Don't know about all
She's a little aggressive there.
Shamar is a good time.
I want to party with Shamari, to be honest.
Me too.
She's lit.
She should have came to your birthday.
Who has a surrogate?
This was wrong
to have
time.
that attachment to someone else.
I have a feeling
don't know if I
Riley
wanna
and
be a
Todd
part
are
of
going to
the
tick me
process.
off with this conversation.
Guys aren't really into the surrogacy.
One day.
Well, they don't have to carry it, so they should get over it.
Bless my heart.
Cynthia don't be caring.
Dungeon party.
Oh, Kandi is a little freak.
Okay, so okay, let's talk about this. Dissect it slowly. Can we have the timer up, please, to see how long we have left?
Thank you. Because we do have a part 2 to the trailer. Don't forget,
Yeah,
people.
so Shamari is lit, and I'm telling you, she is fun. She's a good addition to the cast. I think the theme is bisexuality. We're celebrating our bi people.
Thank you. Thank you.
LGBT, we're celebrating the B over here.
Yes.
Because Cynthia's getting her little freak on. She's like, if I'm gonna get married at 51, I'm gonna have a little fun first on stage.
I love that she's happy, but I do feel like it's too soon.
It is too
It's a little
soon.
too soon
They're
for me.
To
But
get
they are
married
really
again?
hot and
Yeah.
heavy. Have you ever just been so hot and heavy?
I don't think
I
they just
get it.
met, right? They've been knowing each other for years.
I
I
don't
also,
know about
I'm
that.
not a, you know when you know. You know?
Yeah.
All right, let's continue on because
All
we
right,
do still have a couple
part
things to talk about.
2. So this
Part
is-
2 of the mid-season trailer.
Yes.
That is not a cute still of time.
Eva, she's really renting and live in a raggedy house.
Listen.
She was like, all this stuff is fake. She doesn't own it.
NeNe
your
is
credit's
turning
bad.
on Eva. Oh, honey, I feel bad for Eva.
I do.
She's done.
Did she still give this speech at the wedding?
Keep yourself unto him.
She was there. She still came.
Everybody's crying at the wedding. That is crazy.
Back in that's fake right there. That was a conversation.
Do you know what I'm going through? You're not the only person hurting. Greg,
Why is Marlo and NeNe getting
Hold on, though, guys.
Just stop. It can't be this fake. Too much fakeness.
No.
This has happened before. I hate when they fight.
Okay. So watch this, you
Be
guys.
clear, bitch. I will you up.
Why did she want to play hands on her?
don't know what's going on.
That's the look I'm
Let her
talking.
breathe.
Okay, so
Okay,
it
you
looks like
guys.
Portia has a NeNe moment.
Yes.
I
yes.
mean, NeNe has a Portia moment.
Yeah. So here's the news and gossip, you guys. It's hot on the streets right now. So at the very end of that clip, in which I do not think that they actually aired on the episode tonight, at the very end of the trailer, you see NeNe appearing to go toe-to-toe or go after Marlo. So it's unclear if she's going after Marlo or
She
she's going
is.
after the producer. And so the debate is she ripped off the producer's shirt.
Which we saw.
and-
Oh my God, is
which
it
we saw.
Mark?
I know, right?
after
I know.
Marlo.
Right. And so she ripped off the producer's shirt. And since Bravo now has a no violence policy, they suspended her from 1 day of filming. And supposedly that 1 day of filming that she was suspended costed her $200,000.
Oh my
That's
God.
a lot of money to miss.
Especially because that shirt looked cheap. So I do not.
That was clearly a $5 H&M
Thank you,
t-shirt.
thank you,
and that
thank
was
you,
clearly
thank you,
Mark.
thank you.
The one that was like, can we get the shot of you leaving at
Exactly.
least?
Mark, come in, boo. We want
Get out
to
of my
find out
room,
what
Mark.
happened. Yes.
Get out of my room, Mark. Get out.
I think she was after Marlo, to be honest with you, and Mark was in the middle and trying to
I
stop
agree.
it.
We've
and I
seen
think
this
that's what it
before,
was.
though. We've seen Marlo and NeNe fight.
Yeah.
And the only difference between that scene and this scene is that the last scene, NeNe was running away from Marlo. And Marlo was like, you come back here with that Donald Trump haircut? Because I'm a Bravo historian and I know everything and I remember every line. And
Yes.
Marlo did bring up Donald Trump. Boom! That Trump chick.
Yes.
Hashtag Trump.
Record scratch on that. Oh, Lord.
Hashtag. I'll just be politically correct. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That means stop it.
Wrap it up then.
Okay, but the difference is like this scene. NeNe's like, you're not gonna do that to me again. Like, you want to come after me? You're another one that I brought you on. I am the OG of this show. I'm coming after you. You want to play with me?
Exactly. But however, that being said, though, as we all are aware, if we follow them on social media, they have made up. They're out kicking it now. So they've gotten beyond this. And I guess clearly she made up her $200,000 in those sweaters she sells at Swag. I don't know. But it's interesting of the moment.
Sometimes you just at a breaking point and you're willing to risk it all, 200,000 and all.
Just get down, like, just get straight.
Let me
just
choke this bitch.
I need a soldier.
Yes. Goodbye.
Drew's leaving.
That's my time. Good night.
That's my cue.
Do you have any tweets to showcase at all?
I do not have any tweets.
I do have one tweet to pull up. But for now, make sure to tweet us if you want to be featured in our after show tweet section. Make sure to tweet us at Hollywood Lian, hashtag AfterBuzz, and we will let you know what everybody is talking about. The top tweets for now are... Someone's trying to explain Bravo TV's strategy to not air the new Real Housewives of Atlanta last week against the Super Bowl and then make fans choose between a new episode tonight and the Grammys? Do they even understand their fan base? It's so true. I was really wondering.
I was confused by that.
Confused tonight too. I'm like, all right, last week we didn't watch because of the Super Bowl. Trust me, we would have watched.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That Super Bowl was boring.
Hello.
And the best part of the performance was when Adam Levine took his shirt off.
Yeah.
I was living then.
Yeah.
But, like, tonight we have the Grammys, which people would most likely watch.
Because
and we have
your
an episode.
demographic is gay men and women.
Although I feel like the Grammys aren't what they used to be, and if some of the stars aren't even going, I don't know. I'm kind of over the Grammys. Yes, I'm over the Grammys. Although I love Cardi B, but still, I'm
Shout
over
out to
the
LMA
Grammys,
for winning Booed Up.
It looks like you guys are, like, agreeing with NeNe. Some people are saying, I don't understand why people are being so hard on NeNe Leakes. She has delivered Hall of Fame housewife moments for years, and people are giving her a hard time for being legitimately upset about this season. She is understandably having a tough time. Leave her alone.
You're allowed to have a tough time. It doesn't mean you need to be nasty to other people.
Exactly.
She's been nasty. She's been cursing people out. Like,
so someone replied to her, I've never seen someone as selfish. Making Gregg's disease all about her is the pits. Not 1 ounce of compassion. You guys, honestly, like, we just can't judge. It's a TV show.
Yeah.
We have to take it for what it is and comment and be shady and entertained by it. But until we're there in the lives, in that house, dealing with what they're dealing with, I don't know if we're going to ever fully grasp and understand what these people are going
and
through.
To keep it 100, I think this is a completely new side of NeNe we've never seen. And after all these seasons, we need that to keep her relevant.
I mean, honestly, the last time we saw her broke down like this was when we brought up MOM. Like when we brought up her mom, she could not talk, she could not speak, and she just wanted out of it. So I really feel like you're right. We are seeing a different side of her. She's not running away. She's not giving it to us either.
She has to change somehow. You know what I'm saying? We can't see the same NeNe from snatching Kim's wig years ago.
Yeah.
Like, we have to see her grow and see something different for it to really, maintain its momentum.
That's why I was kind of glad she started to have fun towards the episode.
Yeah.
Because a full episode of being so negative is not really the business.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Let's do predictions for the mid-season trailer, and then we'll wrap up. Make sure to keep watching us on the live chat.
Your AfterBuzz TV.
We appreciate you guys commenting and following us and giving us that thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up now while you're at it, while you're watching us.
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
So my comment and prediction is that Marlo, when NeNe and Marlo fight, they're definitely gonna split off from their friendship for a while, and that's when NeNe is gonna really campaign for Phaedra to come back. And I think that's what we've been seeing on Instagram. Remember, we were posting and seeing them at the dinner parties. Like, why is she doing all that? Because she wants Phaedra back.
Oh my God, I just saw myself in the playback. I look so oily. I apologize.
I want to, because obviously Kandi and Portia aren't good now, but we just saw them make up. So I predict that we're going to see another fight with them before the season's over. And I feel like it's going to be equally as stupid as this fight has been.
I predict that not only is Tanya and NeNe like gonna totally like never get back together. I think now that she goes back and writes to Eva, NeNe and Eva are gonna be that split. So it's gonna be like NeNe against Tanya and
The
Eva.
new girls.
Yeah, the new girls are.
They out.
Yeah, Tanya is gonna like Eva's. I think is gonna be the only person that's gonna be her real allegiance to
Don't
her
fight
anymore.
with the boss, y'all.
Right? The two
So
of them don't
I-
even equal NeNe.
I kind of like, I'm agreeing with everyone, but here's the thing I want to say that I want to jump on Drew's point. When we relive this show, when we watch it back, when we start tweeting again, when the fans start inputting, it doesn't matter if me and Convo have made up. When everyone's tuning in their little 2 cents and hyping everyone up, that's when the fights get big again. That's when the feelings come back up. Portia was on Watch What Happens Live not too long ago talking smack about Kandi.
Yes.
So even though they made up in this episode, clearly feelings are back up. When this stuff resurfaces, people start going crazy, especially when us and y'all start tweeting and talking about this. You're like, you're right. She really did do me wrong. I'm mad. You know what I mean? So everything comes up again and everyone starts getting fired up. So I think we're going to see a lot more juiciness. I think Drew is totally on point. I think there's going to be another Kandi and Portia fight, even though they've made up.
I agree.
So when you decide to make up, you know the comments that were made. We already, like, we're cool now. When do we say, hey, if this comes back up, you know, we're just going to ignore it.
Here's the issue. I don't know the whole scheduling, but even though you know the comments were made, you don't know what that B said in her confessional. And when you say that, that's a totally different thing. It's like, oh, okay, she apologized, but then she said all this other crazy stuff to the camera.
And
no
think
way.
about it. Sometimes, like, maybe you're in the moment and you're like, I don't want to be like that. So I'm just going to be chill and play it right. And then the episode airs and then you realize you were the schmuck that didn't hold your end of the bargain. They were all eating you alive and you're being Cynthia. You were like, just playing it safe, flip-flopping. And you're like, you got to, like, stand strong in your perspective. And I really feel like Shamari is going to bring that. When she tells her husband, I'm going to do it with or without you, or like something like that, I'm about that.
Yeah.
And that project, that couple project.
That, every time they show them in the studio,
It's
I'm like,
really
good
bad.
God, make it stop. So hopefully they will. I'm just.
I like
hate to
both
be
of
like
their
that.
music. Why can't they come together and make
I
something?
like their music separate. Their music together is whack so
like
far.
Fried chicken and peanut butter and jelly doesn't mean they should go together and become a meal.
Yeah. I don't
Amen, girl.
understand.
Yes.
Like,
Chicken and
seriously,
waffles.
like,
Chicken
you know
and
what I'm
waffles
thinking?
works, guys.
Hit up the producers of the Carters or something. Like, I don't know. Like,
They don't got Carter money.
You're right about that. They got that black money, not Beyonce money.
With a Q.
Yeah, black,
Very-
B-L-A-Q-U-E.
Yes.
Oh, baby, bring it on to me. All right, guys, that is our after show. Make sure to tune in every Sunday. And I have a special announcement. Make sure to tune in every Sunday for my brand new All Things Bravo gossip show.
Yay!
If you like The Housewives, and you like Vanderpump Rules,
Yes.
and you like Married to Medicine, and you like Below Deck, make sure to follow me on Instagram at Hollywood Lian. Make sure to follow me here at AfterBuzz. My new show starts next Sunday. It's called It's Bravo, Bitch.
Yeah.
Hello,
It's going to be so good. It's a full panel of men talking about Bravo, because real men talk about Bravo.
Yes, they do.
I love you guys. Make sure to tune in next Sunday. Thank you for watching us. Girls, take it away.
Yes, I'm Miss Conversation Piece. Make sure you tweet me at MISS Combo Piece or Instagram me where I am most of the time, Miss Conversation Piece, all the way spelled out, spelled correctly. P-I-E-C-E, like a piece of cake, baby.
And I'm your girl, Drew Jones. You can follow me on all the things at OKDrewJ.
What's up, party people? You can follow me on all of my social media at Erica, E-R-I-K-A-D as in door, Edwards.
And for you, the UK people, Camping, the HBO show I'm on, premieres tonight.
Yes!
So make sure to watch me in the UK with Jennifer Garner on HBO. Bye, AfterBuzzers.
Bye.
I love all your work, Lian.
Ciao, you
Yes.
guys.
Thank you.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.